Today we're going to be doing the 24 gun trail. I've never been on it before, so I'm really excited to see what it's like. The trail says it's only 0.28 miles plus my little walk from the parking lot, and I should be getting a good 3-mile walk hike in, so I'm looking really forward to it. So here's your little history. So Kennesaw Mountain was significant because it was the gateway to Atlanta. The Confederate forces this whole time had been doing harassing maneuvers to keep the Union with Sherman out of the South. Johnson with his Tennessee brigade were just doing harassing maneuvers and trying to slow down Sherman and get him to where he just says, I've had enough of this, and head back. But Sherman, being the stubborn man he wasn't going to have it. Johnson only had about 150,000 troops compared to Sherman's 100,000 troops. Cannon-wise, it was almost double. Sherman had almost double of what Johnson had. But what Johnson did have is familiarity of the area. So he was able to dig in and cause Sherman to have to do flanking maneuvers. Well, this is what happened over and over and over until they got to Marietta here, Kennesaw Mountain. During the battling, the little scrimmages here and there, Sherman decided that Johnson had overstepped and spread his forces out too thin. Johnson had spread his forces out with about a 25-mile line, and Sherman decided to change tactics and do a frontal attack. That's where this is where he decided to do that frontal attack. So this became the Battle of Kennesaw Mountain. But Kennesaw Mountain really wasn't where the battle was. It was on the outskirts of the mountain. Places like Pigeon Hill, Cheatham Hill, Nob's Farm. These are the places this battle's happened. Don't get me wrong, battle did happen on Kennesaw Mountain, but that's not where the major battles were. So that's your history of the area. I'll give you more on the next video. So Kennesaw Mountain Battlefield Park has about 90 miles worth of trails. This particular trail is pretty flat. It only has an elevation gain of 187. So pretty flat for somewhere being on the mountain. You're just skirting the mountain really. But if you're looking for a place in Kennesaw to get away from the street and be out in nature, this is pretty nice. So if you were concerned about the trails being so popular, I'm out here on the 24 gun and I've been walking on it for 15 minutes and haven't seen one person yet. So again, like on my last trail, nature is awesome out here. I just ran into a deer. Matter of fact, I ran into 3 deer, 2 a little bit off the trail, 1 right at the trail. I bet I was within 15 feet of it. So this is about the 5th deer I've seen. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 and a baby out there. So there's one there. And then daddy with the baby. You can see the baby in the distance behind him. There it goes. There's daddy. So these guys do not have any fear of humans at all. Right there. At the end of this trail, they have several replicates. There's farther ones down that way, towards the end of the trail, but you can see where the batteries are built up, how the gun emplacements were done, and more deer just chilling out here. I want to say this is the most deer I've ever seen in my entire life. Sorry, bad camera work there. But you can see the batteries are here, and a little farther down there's even more that way. As you can see, you can get right up close to these canyons. This 24 gun trail is absolutely amazing. If the canyons aren't there for you, try the deer. If you can see them out right over there. It's a wonderful trail, nice and flat. Elevation gain was only 187 or 67, something of that nature. So it's really easy, anybody can do it. The nature is wonderful out here. The history is significant. If you've lived in the Atlanta area, I suggest you come out and check it out. If you're visiting the Atlanta area, take a hop over to Kennesaw, check it out. It's wonderful. I hope you've liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next trail.